Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. Happy June 1st. Super excited. Okay. Let's do a daily lesson. And listen, I don't know why I call it a daily lesson. Let's just do a lesson. Okay? Because I'm not sure if I can get to these daily, but when I can, I absolutely will. Okay? So let's do this. Let's do a lesson. And I decided with these lessons, I'm actually going to read from the book too. Oh wow, this guy looks familiar. I didn't know he did this. Oh wow, look at that. I used to watch him when I was a kid. James Van Praagh. Best author, voice spirit. What did I used to watch him on? Ah, The Ghost Whisperer. Ha, and it told me that is awesome. CBS long-running series, The Ghost Whisperer, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt. I was going to say, man, I know this face, but I remember being younger. Wow, do you remember that show? Did you guys watch that? That was a good show. I just got the goosebumps. That's awesome. But I got sidetracked because I flipped it as I was in the middle of telling you. I actually want to, like, when I'm doing my spreads and I use the lessons, I know what it's telling me. But considering I'm just doing a lesson, I want to get the exact definition for you too, in case there's something I leave out. Because when I talk about this, I'm referring to the spread. Okay? So, you guys remember that face? Holy crap. I love Jennifer Love Hewitt. Lover. I've been watching her since she was a toddler on stuff. And not to mention, what was it, Family of Five? When she was like 7? When the older brother took care of the siblings. Remember that one too? I just went old school. All right. Which reminds me of TGIF Fridays, where it was like Full House and Growing Pains, and what was the one with like Belky Bartakamis, whatever. What was that one? That was a good one too. My mom used to watch Taxi. Anywho, court. Court. I just went childhood on you. What is all over your beak? What did you just eat, Papa? What did you just chomp on? Oh, your coconut. Your coconut flakes. All right. You gonna be part of this? You're just a damn cute guy. You're just so cute. You're just my little baba bagas. You just my no. I'm gonna buy you your own deck. I just said that. Just to see what he does with that. I wanna hold you so tight. Tempted to touch. That sounds like my weekend energy. And I just saw 333. Tempted to touch. All right, lesson. What do you got? What are we gonna talk about, Spirit? What are we gonna talk about? What are my zodiacs going through? What are they dealing with? Tempted to touch. Right. You know better. You better not ever learn I'm sorry. All right. That was denial, but I'm not taking it. Because then I'm going to be like, you sorry? You're sorry? These are really thinking. And it's not because court's happening. Trust me. It wants to make sure it's important. And you guys get this message. I don't know if I'm really feeling that. Now I feel like I gotta do it all over again. But that was acceptance. And that's way too many. Oh, son of a gun. Son of a gun. The bottom of the deck, we got freedom. Did we have that yesterday? No, we had love. Honesty. I can't expect the truth from others, but I can always expect it from myself. Okay? So, honesty. Honesty. So much. So, and I think this has a lot to do with, well, let me just do this, okay? Being truthful with others is slippery business. You are expected to tell and expected to be told with white lies. No one wants their feelings hurt, but sometimes a strong dose of reality is needed. No one can tell you indefinitely in what circumstances untruthful would be better. But honesty is usually the best policy. You and you only know in your heart when is the right time to be totally honest. The only time you must be absolutely truthful is when you're addressing yourself. You must at all times present yourself with that word, authenticity. Okay, I can never say that word. And those around you. Only by being yourself you. This is really small print, guys. Only by being yourself do you draw people in other circumstances that you will most need to learn from. And I'm going to reread this one more time. It's the way it's worded. It's not me. I'm not skipping words, honest to God. It's literally like that. Being truthful for others is slippery business. You are expected to tell and expected to be told white lies. No one wants their feelings hurt, but sometimes a strong dose of reality is needed. No one can tell you indifferently when it comes to certain circumstances of what is true and what is untrue. What is the untruth would be better. Be honest with yourself is the best being honest is usually the best policy. You and only you know in your heart when the time is right to be totally honest. The only time you must be absolutely truthful is when addressing yourself. You must at all times present yourself authentically to those around you. Only by being yourself do you draw in the people and the circumstances that you will most need to learn from. Okay, so it's all about like learning lessons too and addressing certain stuff. But the thing that's throwing me is that it's saying the only time you must absolutely be truthful is when you're addressing yourself. And I get that, okay? But like, I really feel like you should be truthful with everybody, obviously yourself. But this goes along with self-worth and a lot of things, guys, because you need to be fully aware that what I think it's trying to say is just be fully aware that you can't expect the truth from others, obviously, but you can always expect it from yourself as long as you're truthful with yourself and what direction you're going, and will bring you truth and clarity so you can move forward. All right, but so it's kind of like when it comes to certain circumstances, obviously honesty is key, and it's really hard sometimes for people to be completely honest when nerves kick in and certain scenarios kick in and you think it's okay for white lies, but then you get caught up in this white lie and then it turns into something more, and then you don't remember like you said a certain thing, and then that comes around to bite you in the ass again. You know what I mean? So it's like, be honest with who you speak with too. Okay, be honest with yourself and your desires and what you want and your goals, because if you do that, you can move forward. All right, whether this is a conversation, whether this is a job, whether this is just has to do with you. All right, accept what it is that needs to be accepted so you can be true to you. All right, and we've had that conversation plenty of times on being true to yourself. All right, so you can persevere through life. To me, with this honesty, it's, let's see where it wants me to go with this before I keep talking. when it comes to maybe you wanting a relationship with your twin or just a stable relationship in general. So say you have a conversation with somebody, for instance, and you're nervous and you have your fears and you're trying to overcome them, and you're having this conversation and this person asks you what you want, and all of a sudden it's like tense and you're like, that's when this kicks in. Okay, that's when everything else kicks in, fear and pride and all that stuff. And what they're saying is be completely honest with yourself and what you want. So if you want a relationship with this person, you tell them you want a relationship, whether they want to hear that or not, or say they just want to be a friend, but you want a relationship. Speak your damn truth and tell them what you want. All right? Like, even if it's the hardest thing you've had to do, you're going to accomplish a lot of things by being honest with yourself and this other individual. Okay, to me, it really is about a relationship, and to me, it makes me feel, talking about it, it makes me feel nervous, and I don't know why, but if that scenario comes up for you guys, whether this person wants it or not, be truthful with yourself on where you want to go, because the fact that I just got nervous over this means this is a scenario for a majority of you. Okay, on what it is you really want and where it is you really want to go with this particular individual. All right, so you guys can work on your future and have a solid foundation. Okay, so be honest. And I know when you're sitting in certain situations, and I'm telling you, I know exactly what this is talking about, because I was actually, a couple weeks ago, I had a conversation with my ex, and it wasn't a long one, but let me tell you, it was a little intimidating. I was like, where did that even come from? And I think it's because of 20 years of having the same conversation with him and knowing how it goes down, all right, and knowing certain things, and certain things wanted to be twisted, or they want to speak their opinion, or they want to speak up because they feel like they can, and they can overtalk you, and they can do this because of how things were before. All right, so I've found myself in that scenario where it's like, whoa, let me just take a step back for a minute. Like, what the F just happened? Like, how did that just happen? Like, not like he had the pull, but meaning like, it took me a second to realize, like, Court, like, who is he to you anymore besides who he is? You know what I mean? Important, obviously, my children's father. But stand your ground and speak your piece, speak your truth, Court. Like, whether he wants to hear it or not. And did he know he walk away? Yeah. All right, but so be it, because the truth was spoken. Oh, you don't like that? You don't like the truth? Because the truth can hurt. All right, and it did say it, whether it hurts or not, but be honest. Try to be compassionate at the same time, though. Okay? But be honest. So I know where it's going with that. And yeah, it's definitely a relationship, guys. All right. And when you have this conversation, like I said, with the weekend energy, it goes right along with my weekend energy. Be completely honest with this person on what it is you want, and use your intuition on whether or not this person is speaking the truth to you and where this person wants to go in this relationship. Okay? Tell me about honesty. All right. Oh, son of a bitch. Did I just snag that? We have the Fool. All right. So take the risk. It's saying basically be honest with yourself so you can start that new journey with this person in this relationship. Do you understand me? As much as fears might come out and anxiety comes out and all this stuff comes out, and you're sitting there and you're like, holy shit, like, why do I feel this way? Like, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Yep, because you're facing fears, you're facing yourself, you're facing the truth, so you can move forward and have a new beginning, okay? And it's also a new beginning in honesty, in a new beginning in your truth, and finding you, and being who you are, and having this new start. And once all this comes to a head and you guys talk, you're going to feel a lot better. All right, but not everyone is going to see eye to eye when it comes to something. Okay, like I said, we've had zodiacs that don't want to speak, and the majority of it is fear. But Hold on. Basically, if you want the new stat, you have to take the risk. You have to be the fool sometimes, okay? And it's not saying, you know, the fool does make foolish decisions sometimes, but at least they're honest decisions, and they're going after what they want, and it's being carefree and going with the flow, and not letting the energies get the best of them, and living their life, okay, and being very charismatic and charismatic, anywho, and just experiencing life, and going with wherever life takes them, okay. And in order to have that fulfillment, in order to take those kind of risks, you have to be comfortable with your own self. And in order to be comfortable within your own skin and yourself, you have to be honest on what it is your soul wants and craves in order to continue on a happy path. Okay? So it's beautiful. And when you have, you know, this conversation with this person, it's be honest, and don't forget to use that intuition. It's not saying you're going to make a bad choice, okay? It's just saying feel like a free spirit again, like a free bird, okay? Like, go be you. Enjoy life. Let the fun start. Let the fun begin, all right? Because it's time, and it's overdue, all right? For a lot of you, it's definitely overdue. It's definitely time to step into your power and step into your leadership and go. So, and at the bottom of the deck, it's freedom. All right, it's the power to feel free to create your own happiness, and this is what this is. Okay, is it going to be had? Sure is. Sure is. Whether this is family, friends, lovers, children. Okay, I will tell you. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. Which is a beautiful, beautiful message. So thank you, Spirit. And I want to talk about children real quick, okay? I don't know if you've noticed it. I'm feeling it. It's the energies. Children right now are going through a tough time. Not necessarily a tough time, but they're trying to find their own way right now, okay? They're in this energy with us. They vibe off us. Like, I just got goosebumps. Like, I know. Like, my kids are happy, but I also know that they're trying to figure things out themselves without really being upfront with me, and really coming out and saying what they probably really need to say. So you are going to have to nudge a little bit, or just take that extra effort. You know, like this morning, I just took the extra effort to text all of them and just be like, have a fantastic day, and sent them like a crazy emoji. You know what I mean? Because you will find yourself in certain conflicts with certain ages and certain children right now. Okay. So don't leave children out of the scenario right now as you're finding your path, your footing. Okay, make sure they're included, because when a child for 1 second feels like they're missing a piece of information, like you're hiding something, the dynamics change. Okay, so make sure you know they're fully aware, and you're spending that extra couple minutes here and there just to like say a little something extra. Okay. I know lately, and I love my children. I cuddle them, tell them I love them all the time. But I will tell you, with my children lately, I've been kissing them like on the forehead, on their third eye, okay, because it's very, very comforting to children, and they're not even aware of it, okay? So take that extra time to reach their soul, okay? I love you guys. All right, I wish the best for everybody. All right, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll be back. Bye.